back to my channel. It's another early morning and I'm very sleepy, so yeah. So today's look, honestly, I'm a little behind. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm behind in my own head. No one's making me do any of this. I just stressed myself out. So today I am doing a Hellfire Club member. I already did like an Eddie Munson look, or look like based off of Eddie Munson months ago when the show had come out. But I thought maybe today we'll just do like a little twist on that whole thing. So instead of actually like basing it on Eddie, we can just base it on, oh, I'm gonna be a member of their D&D club. I don't know how to play, but also don't forget to check out my TikTok and my Instagram after watching this, because of course at the end I always take photos, and throughout this I am making a little TikTok. So I'm gonna start out just by using some concealer. I'm gonna use the Revlon PhotoReady Candid concealer and a little bit of the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Putting the lighter one like 50-50, the two colors, just because this one isn't the proper color for me. And I'm just using this concealer as like literally my foundation, just kind of covering up any red tones or discoloration. Now I'm just gonna set everything using the Beauty Bakerie Pinch of Flour setting powder. Sorry, I'm not like any fun this morning, guys. I don't even have a spooky mug this morning. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired, and I should have done this look yesterday, to be honest with you. And I do like to bake under my eyes and over any blemishes with that powder. So after I've already like dusted the powder all over basically my whole face, I'm just going back in with a sponge. Okay, and while my under eyes are still kind of like baking, I'm just gonna go ahead and contour my face and kind of like warm up the sides of my forehead. And I'm just using the Anastasia contour kit. I always use like a mixture of the lightest color in here, which is like almost gone, and just like a touch of the medium color. And then I just use the lightest color down the sides of my nose. I feel like I can always get away with using just a little bit of the medium color on my forehead and my cheekbones, but not my nose. I'm just doing like a tiny bit of the lightest color again right on my eyelid here. I'm gonna do more eyeshadow, but I don't know, I always just feel like this kind of lays down a good base. And then after contouring, I always take the brush that I use to just like dust my setting powder everywhere, and I just kind of like blend that out. I feel like going over it with the same brush that had a little bit of setting powder on it kind of like tones down a little bit of the warmth, maybe? I don't know, it always ends up looking better. Just blending upwards. Okay, so now to go back in with some blush. I was using the Morphe kit to kind of like switch it up a little bit and use a different product. I'm going back to Wet n Wild Pearlescent Pink. I'm dusting a little bit on the tip of my nose and then just like right in the usual blush area. Then I'm just gonna blend all of that out with this little like blank brush. And while I'm in this step is usually when I'll start to kind of like brush away any of that like baking that was left. And then for highlight, I'm switching it up again and I'm gonna use the Makeup Revolution Batman highlighter. Go Lindsay for not using the Amrezi highlighter every day. And then anytime I highlight, I always go back in with like just a little brush like this. This one's from e.l.f. And I just lightly kind of like almost dab and like sweep away, because it kind of just, I don't know, it helps to mesh it with like the other products and kind of like sink into the skin a little bit better. And sometimes I'll even go back in just with my blush brush and not really add anything else, but just kind of like lightly dab over it again just to kind of like bring the color back. And I am going to add my freckles back in for this one. I haven't been doing this with each look because I wanted it to look a specific way, of course. But yeah, I feel like this one, it doesn't really matter because it's just like a club member, so it really could look like anything that you want. If you're new here, I already have these freckles, but whenever I put concealer on, it always kind of like tones them down. And I saw Jamie Genevieve bring hers back once, and then I could never stop afterwards, so here we are. On normal days, like for work, this is what makes me feel like I'm not just wearing like a sheet of makeup on my face. Like it makes me feel like it looks like normal skin. I don't know why. And then I just go back in and dab over those with the same little brush here, because it kind of like, it leaves them there, but it still makes it look like there's powder over top of them slightly, so it looks more natural. At least that's what I tell myself in my own mind. I don't know. This is what I do every morning. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of eyeshadow, but I will warn you, I'm going to do one eye at a time, which is not what I normally do, but it's for my TikTok, so. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Anastasia eye primer. I'm not even going to like cover up any of this like contour shade that I put on there, but I'm just going to dab it on my eyelid. I'll go ahead and prime both eyes now because I feel like I'll forget if I don't. Okay, so I'm going to start out just by packing some of the TIGI chocolate eyeshadow all over my eyelid, and I'm not going very far. I'm just, I'm kind of doing not the same thing as what I did with the slash look, but like a similar sort of thing. So I'm only going over the lid, and then I'm tapping it upwards to help diffuse the color. So once I have like this kind of laid down just on my lid here, that's when, like, I'm not even picking up new product, but I'm just gonna kind of like dab up into the crease almost in like a circle, and that helps to blend that color out and up. Okay, and then after I have all of this laid down, I'm gonna go in with the MAC pigment. It's like this coppery shade in the color Tan. I bought this so quickly when I saw it used on TikTok, and I think it was like a year and a half ago. But yeah, this stuff will last you literally forever. It's one of those really easy to work with eyeshadow pigments. I'll use it on certain days that I like want a little bit of color on my lid, but I don't want to like fuss with an eyeshadow. And so all I'm doing with this is I'm literally just dabbing my brush like just lightly down into that powder and tapping a little bit off, and then focusing that kind of in the center of my eyelid, and then just kind of like patting upwards. And if you go a little bit too far over, just take your brush that you use the dark color on and just kind of lightly dab on the inner and outer corners here. We're basically just creating like a halo eye sort of effect. Now, just using that same pigment, I'm going to spritz my brush with the NYX Matte Finishing Spray, pick up a little bit, and dab that right in the very center here. I just sprayed myself. I sprayed it backwards. And sometimes I'll like spritz my brush, dip it into the powder, and then spray it one more time just to kind of like make sure that it's damp. And then just taking a little bit more of that chocolate shade from TIGI, I'm just going to use a smaller brush and run that right along my lower lash line. And then I'm basically going to mirror on the bottom what I did on the top. So I'm taking more of that tan shade and tapping it like right in the middle of the lower lash line. And then spraying my brush again. And then for an inner corner highlight, I'm going to take the Mally RuPaul palette right here, and I'm going to use the shade Revealed right here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put my mascara and lashes on, and I'm just using the Maybelline Curl Bounce mascara, and I'm doing like a half lash sort of situation that I made out of some Kiss Pompadour lashes. I just cut them a little bit, and I'm using like the longer portion on the outer portion of my eye. I don't want like big crazy lashes that are going to cover up this halo eye, so I think those will work good. But I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this eye is all done. Like I said, I used the Kiss lashes in the style Pompadour just on the outer portion here. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other eye, and I'm probably going to do my brows off camera just because that's how I always do it. If you want a specific brow tutorial, always just let me know. But yeah, I'm going to do all of that. I'll be back to do the lip. Alrighty guys, both eyes are done, and obviously both of my brows are done. So now all we have left is the lips before getting into costume and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with MAC's Cultured Lip Liner here, and then I'm gonna top it with the NYX This Is Juice gloss in Watermelon Sugar. And I'm still just rounding out my Cupid's bow because I'm going through a phase. Okay, and just kidding about the NYX lip gloss. I actually don't want to use this one. I forgot that I had this one, and I don't know, I saw it and I want to use this one instead. So this one is the Colourpop So Juicy lip gloss in the shade Small Talk. All right, and then just as a final step, of course, I'm going to set everything using the NYX Matte Finishing Spray. Alright guys, so this is it for the makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and curl my hair and get into costume, and I'll be right back. How did I do? So all I did with my hair is I curled it with a, I want to say 1-inch barrel rod. And I just alternated directions. Except for like these front sections here, I always like to do those back because it drives me crazy when my hair like curls towards my face. So mainly in the back and the underneath, I just kind of alternated directions as I was curling through it. And then after I did that, I just kind of picked out little tiny sections here or there, and I used my little like, I can't remember what it's called. It's not a crimper because it's not like jagged. Waver? I think it's a deep waver, if I'm not mistaken. But I used that. I don't know what size it is. I got it forever ago and I think I found it at Ross. So, but yeah, I just picked out like little tiny sections throughout and just kind of crimped them to give kind of like a more messy look. And then I just sprayed like a crap ton of texture spray in there. I had to have my hoops because my mom has always had hoops, and I feel like hoops was like a staple in the 80s. Was it a staple in the 80s? I think of my mom in the 80s when I think of big hoops, so obviously I had to have those. And I have my Hellfire Club t-shirt, obviously, because I'm a member now. And then this is kind of where the Eddie Munson inspo kind of kicked in. So I did like my little leather jacket and then layered a denim vest over top of it. The only thing that I would be missing if I'm specifically trying to be Eddie would be like his pins and his patches everywhere. But I have a plan for this vest that I'm gonna design down the road, so I don't have any of that and I don't want to mess it up for a costume, so. Alright guys, so this was a super simple one. I do really enjoy like sprinkling in kind of simple looks each year to where it's not like every single look is painting your entire face green, you know what I mean? Like this is just a very doable like makeup look, and then you just curl your hair and make it look a little crazy and you toss on a Hellfire Club t-shirt. That's basically all you need. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And like I said at the beginning, I've also been filming a TikTok throughout this entire process, and that should be going up at the same time as this video. So head over to my TikTok, head over to my Instagram to see the final photos of this whole look. Yeah, and like, comment, follow, subscribe, say nice things, all of that good stuff. Thank you guys so much again for watching this. I hope you have a great day, a great night, whatever time of day it is when you are watching this, and I will see you in the next spooky Halloween video. Bye!